Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So yesterday, Jeffree Star did his launch video for his new, what is it called? Let me pull it up here on my thing. Probably should have been more prepared for this. For the BloodLust Palette. So this is, I'll put the picture on the screen over here. So this is part of a full collection. I guess the BloodLust collection. So yeah, so it's called the BloodLust collection. So there's an eyeshadow palette and there is glosses. I'm guessing some lip products. I'm not really into lip products, so I'm not interested in that. And then Extreme Frost. So we have the picture of it up here. So it's a purple inspired palette. So we have lots of different shades of light purples, kind of medium pinky toned purples. There's no like true violets or blue purples in this, so it is quite a light colored palette. I've seen some people commenting that I think it looks quite wearable because it is mostly like pinky toned purples rather than like blue toned purples. And then there's what is that, like a gray kind of color, and it looks like a blackish kind of color, and then a bright red, a green, and a light blue. So the reason I'm making this video isn't because I'm gonna stand on this and be like, oh, it's the most amazing palette ever, I have to buy it. I'm making this video because I don't want this and I don't need this, and I thought it was interesting to have such a really strong reaction to something that looks beautiful. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but somehow I'm completely uninspired by it. And I don't know if it's because of Jeffree Star himself and that whole like kind of cult of personality type thing. I've decluttered actually two of his palettes. I had the Thirsty palette and the Androgyny palette. They were fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with them. The glitters in the Thirsty palette were horrible, but everything else was like fine, you know, no big deal, whatever. But I've decluttered them. I wasn't using them and I wasn't interested. And I haven't picked up anything else. I think the only other thing I have is like a liquid lipstick, and I don't like it. So it's like, it's not my jam. If it's your jam, you go you. That's amazing. I don't care. Like, it doesn't, what you like and what I like, we don't affect each other. So I can like my things, you can like your things, and we're happy there. But I don't know, I was quite surprised because we were all expecting a purple collection based on kind of early kind of teasing photos and things, but I guess I've been kind of hoping for, like, if I was going to buy it, I was really hoping for like a deep, moody kind of purple collection. Definitely something that's less conventionally wearable and something that's more a bit fun or interesting. And I actually thought this looks, I'm sorry, I think this looks super boring, but maybe it's just me. So I'm not interested in it from like looking at it from that perspective based on the colors that I've seen on just these really early promo pictures. Not happening. I'm also, you know, I bought a lot of makeup in this last year, and I've started learning about like what I like and what I don't like, and so far I haven't really enjoyed the Jeffree Star formula, but that's not enough to say that I don't want to try it. Also didn't like the Natasha Denona formula, but I'm trying it again. I'm doing the Love palette right now, trying that one out. So it's not like because I didn't like something in the past that I don't want to give it another try, but I would rather start working more towards smaller brands, independent brands, and maybe we don't need to give another, you know, 30, 40, 54 US dollars to someone who's likely a billionaire at this point. I don't know. I mean, if it's your thing, you do that. Whatever, I'm not going to stop you. But it's really, I'm not interested in it. I find it quite boring. And then the second real thing is I have this. Like, I definitely have all of these colors. So for example, not that I'm like super standing ColourPop because I'm a bit tired of the 400 releases every hour, you know, but like I have these two, It's My Pleasure and Lilac You a Lot. And if we have a look, you know, at some of the colors in here, this is the Lilac You a Lot. And this is the It's My Pleasure. You know, we have quite a few that are clearly shown in the Jeffree Star BloodLust palette. So from a perspective, I have these two. I don't need it. Some of the other colors are clearly in this new Natasha Denona one I just got. Colors in the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. So the color story isn't unique, and I have it. So from that perspective, not that anyone needs any makeup, but I literally don't need it because I have it. I have all those colors already. There's nothing special or super unique about it. It's pretty, sorry, it's been done. You know, I think when Jeffree Star came out with the Blood Sugar palette a few years ago, it was really unique at the time. Nobody else was doing those kind of really intense color story palettes. And then the Blue Blood was quite exciting for a lot of people because you had this really different kind of blue story that wasn't particularly wearable but was kind of cool and edgy. I didn't pick that up. I have plenty of blue eyeshadows now. I don't really need it. But this time I think it might be that actually he's a bit behind the trend because we already have these colors. So from my perspective, not only do I not want it, but I actually don't need it at all because I can dupe that look like that, no problem. I have all those colors. So I don't know, this is a bit of a mini kind of rant video, but we have to start thinking a bit more carefully about what we're purchasing and why we're purchasing it, and also whether or not we support the brand, the company, etc. I have no problems whatsoever with Jeffree Star. I watch his videos, I enjoy them. I watched all of the Shane, series on the Conspiracy palette, which was, I'm sorry, the ugliest thing ever. I'm totally gonna get nobody's watching this, so it's fine, but I'm probably gonna get blocked or whatever now. I don't really care. So it's not coming from a place of dislike or canceling or anything like that. I'm just a bit underwhelmed by this, and I think could have been quite a bit better. So that's my personal opinion. Obviously I don't work in makeup. I'm still early into my YouTube adventure. But from a consumer's perspective, I'm sorry. Nah. Also, the gigantic palette thing is really boring to me. I don't need a display piece. I'm buying eyeshadow and makeup to wear it and to use it. I'm not buying it to collect it. So from that perspective, I don't need a collector's edition box for a palette that's just going to get dirty and messy by using it. So yeah, really that's all I had to say today. It's just a quick little video bitching about stuff. But like I said, from my perspective, I ain't even interested in this at all. I'm actually not interested in a lot of things that have come out recently. I think the Natasha Denona Love Palette was the one that kind of piqued my interest the most, even though now having it, it's okay. We'll see. You'll wait for my review. We'll do a few more looks and then I'll decide whether I actually like it or not. But the market is heavily saturated right now. I mean, you can get pretty much any color at any price point. I just picked up some, what was it? Makeup Revolution yesterday, and it was £6, so super cheap makeup, and it was a green palette. I mean, we wouldn't have had that a year ago or 2 years ago. So we have a saturated market, and I think we're getting a bit of makeup fatigue as a community generally. I think there's been some really interesting releases this year so far, even though we're only kind of into early February right now. But you gotta have to do something a bit more special to get our attention. And for me, this doesn't get my attention. Only enough to do a 8-minute rant video, 10-minute rant video about it. So anyway, that's it from me. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy listening to me, hearing me talk about makeup or just bitch about things in general, come hang out. Like the video, subscribe. Like I said, I'm new here. I'm just having fun. So come and experience this adventure with me. Anyway, I hope you guys all have an amazing day, and I'd love to hear your thoughts about whether you might be purchasing this palette, and if you are, why, and if you're not, how come? So that's it. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.